Hi everyone, I'm an airline cadet pilot and one of the India's FTO, and I'm making this video for the purpose of logging my journey of 200 hours, which I completed in 11 months. And there's a lot of story prior to reaching the flying part of the CPL, but in this video I will keep it concise and keep it only related to the flying part of my journey. I will cover the other parts of the journey in some other video. So I reported to my flying base in the month of Feb last year, which is 2025. So the timeline is as follows. Month one was only some SPL and FRTOL classes, followed by both the tests, which are conducted in-house. But when it comes to the issuance, FRTOL is issued by DGCA, and it looks like a card, whereas SPL is issued at the flying base itself, and it looks somewhat like a booklet. And that concludes month one. Now moving to month two. Month two was the first flight called Air Experience Flight, followed by a handful of flights only. And moving on, then was the month three. By month three, all of my instructional flying before the circuit stage, which mainly includes EOC, straight and level, climb and descend, turns, stall and recovery. All of this was completed and followed by a progress check. After which, circuit started, and the circuit is the stage where landing and takeoff both are to be executed by the student. And that includes month three. Moving on, by month four became super slow because of weather and various other factors. And I only had countable number of sorties. That's all. Further moving ahead was month five. Month five picked up momentum and a major milestone, which is your solo, which is very important, which means that you are capable of taking the aircraft alone and getting it back as well, was hit. And until solo, all flying prior to it is done dual with an instructor only. So that marks month five. By month six was a mixed with solo circuits, and parallelly I was also doing general flying and instrument flying with the instructor, followed by their checks. So as you keep progressing and keep passing checks for an exercise, you can start flying that activity solo, except for instrument flying. So by the end of month six, I was flying circuit solo and general flying solo. Moving on to month seven started with the cross-country stage, and there are two FAMs of cross-country, followed by a third sortie, which is for the check. And parallelly, I was also doing the other flying exercises for which I had cleared the checks, which are namely general flying and circuits. So by the month end, I had cleared the cross-country check as well, and which means that I was flying solo circuits, solo GF, and solo cross-country. And moving on to month eight was pretty much of all type of solo flying, and only IF flying's exercise was done with an instructor. And by the end of this month, I was around 110 hours. Then came month nine. Month nine was a steep increase in hours. I clocked around 40 hours this month, as the weather was also getting supportive and it was no more cloudy and rainy. Then came the month 10.